Now I want to go over hyperstacking. This is probably my favorite thing to do with this system. It's what I think is the most rewarding. So a hyperstack is basically automating a series of stacks that the end result, all those different stacks can be added together to turn into a video that looks like a high resolution macro photograph. So this is one of my favorite things to do, and we're just going to go ahead and get going. Now my friend over here, just a heads up, I always source my bugs ethically. I did not kill him for this photo shoot. I actually found this little guy. He had already expired. I simply cleaned him up and brought him into the studio. That said, this is a very easy process to go through. Once again, the whole thing is guided, and it'll tell you what you need to do from one step to the next. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit select on Hyperstack, and it's going to say position keyframe 1. So that right now we're just going to use this, and we're going to go ahead and set however we want the beginning of this video to start at. So I'm just going to do this here because I think what I'm going to do is just give him a little bit of a clockwise swoop. So now that he's in the right spot, hit select to confirm. So I'm going to hit select, and it says keyframe 1 position 1 has been set. Now I'm going to go over to the right, and it's going to say set keyframe 1 near focus. Then I'm going to use the focus up and negative to adjust. Okay, so focus up and down. So focus down means pulling to us. Okay, so I want to make sure that I see his face when it's face us. I want to make sure that his closest point is in focus. In fact, I might even want to go a little bit further. So I'm actually going to rotate him a little bit, and I'm going to pull this focus back because I want to make sure that throughout the spin he stays in focus. Once I have it, I'm going to hit select. It says near focus set. And now I'm going to go right, and it says set far focus. Okay, so we're going to do focus plus. That means it's going to send it away. So I'm going to hold this down until it looks like we get to the back of his butt. Okay, I feel that's good, and I'm going to hit select. And now we're going to go and set keyframe 2. Now, I know I wanted to just do that swoop that would go back and forth, so I'm going to bring him over, and I'm going to hit select. Keyframe position 2 set. Now that position keyframe 2 has been set, I can go ahead and make any other adjustments that I want. So right now I am looking at the near focus on this guy. So let's see, we're going to go back to, well, let's go all the way back to the keyframe. So if I want to go see where it is positioned on it, I press the go to button. And this is going to send it over to keyframe 1. This is our starting point. And then I can go to the near focus if I want to check that again. Looks like I'm already there, so we're going to go to the far focus. And everything here is looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with how this is going. So we're just going to go ahead and start this thing. So after position keyframe 2, you have number of stacks, and right now I have 360 on there. So that's going to be a video length of 12 seconds. You can also change this is at 30 frames per second. You can change it from 24, 25, 50, and 30 and 50, and I believe 60 in the menu. But we already have that set up, so that's just saying we're going to have a 12-second video. And then it's going to ask for the number of images in the stack. Now you see below this, it says how many microns are going to be moved from every camera position. So if you have a depth of field calculator, this is a very handy way to see that. And if you want to increase the number, you can push up and take it down to a really tiny amount of microns being moved, or you can go down and you can increase the number of microns by reducing the number of images. Or if I want to hit select, I can go in here and I can set up exactly how many I want to show. So we're going to select, next, and then review. So we're going to have 360 frames. So the total images per stack is 10, and the total images is going to be 3,600 images in order to do this capture. And then once it's ready, you just hit select. It is going to move the camera to the near focus position. And then it is going to start triggering the camera, and you'll see the X. Every time you see that X pulse, that means it's taking an image. But right now we're on movie mode, so it's not actually taking images with the Sony. And then that's it. You just let it run. It takes care of everything. It is that simple to do.